Battle Royale games. You know them, I know them. If you're a gamer at any magnitude, you know what a Battle Royale game is. You know that one game mode where you're grouped up with a bunch of people. You go somewhere, you got nothing, you gotta get loot, and you try to be the last man or team standing. Sounds very simple when you say it out loud, but this game mode has taken the gaming scene by storm. Some of the biggest games that you know today are Battle Royales, and it was all because of one game. Arguably probably one of the biggest games of all of our history. You know what game we're talking about. Minecraft! What, you thought I was gonna say Fortnite? No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. I'm sorry, you cannot make a Battle Royale video without talking about the OG Minecraft Hunger Games. It literally was the foundation of all Battle Royale games. It literally takes a concept I just said about Battle Royales, but dumbs it down a lot. Like, you have a bunch of people in a circle, the timer starts, you go to the middle, you get a few things, you dip back into the forest, and then you try to be the last person standing. Very simple, but the concept was so good. So good that a lot of people try to go ahead and recreate it into something bigger. And one day, in 2017, there'll be that one game that would change the whole Battle Royale genre over his head. That's right, say it with me now. The game I'm talking about is PUBG. Yeah, we're still not at Fortnite yet. PUBG is the first Battle Royale that really blew up in popularity. It had a slower tactical gameplay and introduced a lot of core mechanics that a lot of Battle Royales do to this day. Me personally, I don't really play PUBG like that, but to this day, PUBG still has a very strong player base, especially on mobile. You cannot lie, this game carved the path for so many games. And yes, one of those games is Fortnite. Now, the thing about Fortnite did not pop off automatically. Did take some time. But when Fortnite took off, oh my god. Fortnite was everything. It was fun. It was exciting. It was rewarding. The gameplay loop that Fortnite offered was just insane. And that's not even to mention the streamers, the content creators, the tournaments, the merch, everything. Fortnite was literally everywhere. And I know that there's a good amount of people that's watching this video. You have played Fortnite one time in your livelihood. I have, but I stopped because I am cheeks at Fortnite. But nevertheless, Fortnite to this day is still such a powerhouse of a game. But of course, you had so many other games try to clock in on that money. But of course, if you're watching this video, you know already that there's games that have failed miserably, or games that are still available but struggling a lot. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a deep dive into all of these games, and we're gonna be answering the question, did the hype finally die? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fall of Battle Royale games. But before we continue, a word from our sponsors. Let's be completely honest. You're cheap. I'm cheap. We're all cheap. We all know dang well we're all not going to go ahead and spend $70, $60 on video games or spend $20 on these skins. It doesn't matter if you're on mobile, PC, console, you can relate. That's why I'm so glad that today's video is sponsored by Eneba. Eneba is a gaming marketplace with over 40,000 digital products and is constantly expanding to become your go-to platform for all your gaming needs. Eneba offers the hottest deals from old to new, AAA or indie. Trust and believe me, they have everything for everyone. Plus, they offer 24/7 help to resolve any type of issue. Like, take a look at this. You can go ahead and get Minecraft on Java and Bedrock for $15.91, or you can go ahead and get Monster Hunter for only $13.53. Or if you're someone that's into Fortnite, you could buy Fortnite skins from here as well too. Like, look at that. You could buy the Batman Who Laughs outfit for only $3. And it doesn't even stop there, because you could buy gift cards from a whole bunch of other companies: DoorDash, Uber Eats, Apple, Android, Adidas, Nike. I'm not exaggerating when I say the list just keeps going. So if you want to go ahead and save money and support the channel, please go ahead and check out the link in my description. You will be helping me out, and you'll be saving more money in your pocket, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. It's literally a win-win scenario. With that being said, thank you Eneba so much for sponsoring the channel. Now let's get right back into the video. Now let's be honest, from PC to console to mobile, there's so many Battle Royales I can talk about. But there is a few that comes to mind that I think a good few of you have played as well too. And one of those games being Hyper Scape. In 2020, Ubisoft tried to go ahead and make their own fast-paced Battle Royale. It was pretty much promoted as a futuristic shooter that was supposed to elevate the Battle Royale genre. But in less than 2 years, it actually shut down. Which I'm not gonna lie, was mad unfortunate, because I played this game and it was so much fun. Like, I truly love the atmosphere and the gameplay wasn't too bad. But yeah, I got Thanos snapped. The real question is why? There was a couple of things that the player base did not like about the game. One of those reasons being the skill gap being way too high. The game intense movement and the high time to kill made it very hard for casual players to go ahead and enjoy the game. And unlike other games like Fortnite, it was extremely hard to engage and disengage in fights. To put it simply, you either was good at the game and you was having the time of your life, or you was ass and, well, you was just ass. There were also other issues about the game, being the looting system. The map was too big and empty, which I agree with, because not gonna lie, fact, when I was playing the game, the map felt so empty, but like no one was playing the game. So like, and of course, bad marketing and content, or lack of content. There was no real update, no new weapons, no major events to really keep players engaged. So by late 2020, the player base just dropped and Ubisoft just stopped promoting the game. And in January 2022, Ubisoft finally announced they were shutting down the game. It wasn't really a bad game too. It was just poorly executed. It had a lot of potential, but Ubisoft didn't really want to support it, and it didn't do enough to really compete with the big dogs. Now for this next game, we got to go back a little bit, all the way to 2019. Now we all know that EA has published a very popular Battle Royale that we will talk about later on, but a lot of people don't know they actually published two. And I'm not even gonna lie, I had to research this because I completely forgot about this Battle Royale. That Battle Royale being called Battlefield Firestorm. Yeah, Battlefield had its own Battle Royale. I bet you didn't know that. It was a game mode, a part of Battlefield 5, and honestly, it had massive potential to be big. I mean, let's be honest, Battlefield is not what it used to be back then, but Battlefield is still a big name within the shooter genre. But ironically, like how it's called Firestorm, it crashed and burned. But before we go deeper into why, what exactly was Battlefield Firestorm? Well, in March 2019, EA released Firestorm. It was a 64-player Battle Royale game mode, and what made it unique, it actually had destroyable environment. Like, you was able to destroy buildings and stuff, which in my opinion is always really cool. You could drive tanks, helicopters, jeeps, and it was one of the biggest Battlefield maps at the time. Literally take everything you love about Battlefield and put it in this game mode. On paper, it should have been an amazing experience, but there were some issues. The biggest one, unlike a lot of these Battle Royales is out today, it wasn't free. In order to play Firestorm, you would need to buy Battlefield 5, which at the time of making this video is of course cheaper than when it launched. Still, at the time when it did launch, it was $60. And I don't know about you, but I wasn't paying for that shit. And honestly, the same thing with Hyper Scape. It had a bad looter system. No one was playing the game mode, so the map was pretty much empty and big for no reason. There was no real content support. Like, there was no new weapons or game modes or events that made people excited for the game. And of course, EA being EA. Like, EA has a track record of not really supporting their games. Like, they barely marketed the game mode in the first place. And they already was focused on another Battle Royale. Again, we'll talk about it later. So within months, the game mode pretty much plummeted in player count. As of recording this video right now, the player count is just below 4,000. But within the 24 hours, it does have a respectable 16,000 player count. Which, don't get me wrong, it's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. With that being said though, if you're a big fan of Battlefield, I highly recommend going ahead and looking to see how much the game is and trying out the game mode yourself. Reading about it and looking through the gameplay, it doesn't look too bad. But sadly, it just became another forgotten Battle Royale. Before we go further into the video, I really would appreciate it if you could smash that like button and also drop me a subscription. A lot of you seem to really love the last video I did, and I do plan on making more videos like this as well too. With that being said, if you have any other ideas that should maybe turn into a video, let me know in the comment section. Trust me, I will read it. Now for this next Battle Royale, let me tell you something. I'm actually devastated that this game went away. Because unlike all the games we're going to talk about in this video, this game did it differently. Because it wasn't even a shooter. That's right, I'm talking about Rumbleverse. In this game, there was no guns, there was no grenades. It was all about the fists, the elbow drops, the surplucks, straight hands. But apparently, people didn't really give a fuck about it because it shut down less than a year of its launch. But of course, before we get too deep into it, what exactly was Rumbleverse? Released in August 2022, developed by Iron Galaxy and published by Epic Games, the same people that went ahead and published Fortnite. It was a wrestling-themed Battle Royale with, like I mentioned, hand-to-hand combat instead of guns. The art style of this game was so fun. It was so colorful. The movement was so wacky. And this game honestly was so much fun. It was different. I will be the first to say that this was definitely a breath of fresh air to the norm that we have within the Battle Royale scene. Unfortunately, when this game did drop, the market was already saturated. Like, come on guys, the year was 2022. We had a plethora of Battle Royales that came out. Not to mention there were server issues, lack of content, and I'm not gonna lie, the learning curve of the melee was way too high. It really killed the fun for a lot of casual players. So in January 2023, Epic Games decided to pull the plug. But to this day, I think they pulled the plug way too freaking quick. Like I said, the game was different. It was very unique. I feel as though if they really would have tried with this game, it could have been a huge success. But sadly, the game just didn't have enough time to really get into its full potential. I'm really gonna miss Rumbleverse, bro. Like, talking about this game makes me so mad because I actually enjoyed playing this game when it was out. Rest in peace to Rumbleverse. Okay, I will be doing this video a disservice if I wasn't also talking about the games that came into the scene and came hard. Pause, what the f? We talked about 2 games that went ahead and shut down, another game that's struggling to survive, but there is 2 games that I want to go ahead and highlight in this video because arguably these 2 battle royales, while I do believe they're struggling, and I'll explain why, these 2 games came into the scene and just absolutely took over. The first game I want to talk about is Warzone. No, not Warzone on mobile, original Warzone on console PC. Now, I'm not even gonna hold to you. You cannot start off talking about Warzone without bringing up Call of Duty Blackout. When I say I love Blackout, I mean I love that game. You did have to buy Black Ops 4 to play it, and obviously they're not adding new content to the game now, but if you was playing that game in its prime, it was so much fun. And obviously a lot of people agree with me because Call of Duty saw that and they're like, hey, let's make the same thing but with 2019 Call of Duty mechanics. And in 2020 they did just that, and unlike the other games we talked about, it was a huge success. Warzone dominated the scene and honestly set a new standard within the FPS genre. Was it Fortnite level success? I would highly disagree. But Warzone during the pandemic was one of the best, and I mean best, battle royale experience that anyone could ever experience. So you're probably asking me right now, what did they do right that made it catapult to the level of success that it has now? Well, for one, it was fucking free. 2, it tapped into an audience that Fortnite couldn't really capture. You see, Fortnite was really good. It still is good, but let's not lie now, Fortnite does look really cartoony. There's a lot that goes into Fortnite and not a lot of people really like that. A lot of people just want a very casual gameplay, something that's easy and just overall fun. And Warzone did just that. Made a really realistic AAA shooter anyone can play. And yes, I just called Fortnite harder than Warzone. If you have a problem with that, bite me. Not to mention it added so much cool stuff that not a lot of battle royales even have to this day. We have the 1v1 gulag. The lobbies were huge. 150 people in one lobby is crazy. You had the buy stations, the loadouts, and guys, you cannot forget about plunder. Within a month, Call of Duty Warzone had reached 50 million players. By 2021, it had to reach over 100 million players, making it one of the most successful battle royale games ever. And unlike other games, they were dropping content like crazy. New weapons, new skins, and different season game modes. And don't forget about the tournaments as well too. However, as the years went on, there was a lot of issues that Warzone was coming across. Cheating was a big issue. To this day, a big issue in Warzone. And while Activision tries its best to go ahead and fix the issue, not gonna lie, they do a very slow job of doing so. To the point to where you can go on TikTok right now, scroll a little bit, and you would literally see people promoting hacks. No joke, you would see people playing with hacks and trying to sell it on TikTok. Let that sink in and then realize how crazy that is. Not to mention they have a lot of weapon balancing issues. Warzone is not what it used to be back then, but it's still arguably one of the best battle royales right now. And with Verdansk coming back as well too, you're definitely gonna see that player count increase. But of course, I have to talk about the other popular battle royale that came out as well too. In 2019, we was introduced to Apex Legends. Now, let me be the first to say this. No one thought Apex Legends was gonna be a battle royale contender. Like, the game dropped with little to no marketing, but literally in a few days, this game changed everything. Developed by Respawn Entertainment, the same people that made Titanfall. With that being said, please make Titanfall 3, please! I'm still waiting! Apex Legends was a team-based battle royale. There was no solo mode when it dropped. You quite literally had to play with a team to win your game, which sounds like a headache, but hey, it worked. You also had legends that had different abilities, fast-paced movement, and fun fact, Apex actually revolutionized the ping system. Either which way, within a week, Apex has hit 25 million players. By March of 2019, they have reached 50 million players, becoming one of the fastest growing games ever. And they even just stopped there because they were going crazy with the content. New legends, new seasons, new map like World's Edge, Olympus, and Stormpoint. And y'all, come on, you cannot talk about Apex without even mentioning esports. Esports and rank is what solidified Apex as not just a normal casual battle royale, and it really helped Apex get his name out there a lot more. However though, that's a double-edged sword, because like I said previously in other games, a lot of casuals do not like that. Ranked play became very sweaty, driving a lot of casuals away from it. Apex also suffered from a lot of server issues, and over the course of time, Apex started to slow down on their content as well too. And just like Warzone, Apex also suffered from a lot of cheaters. I still, to this day, remember the time I went against a cheater on Apex, both on mobile and on PC. I have never turned off my devices so fast and just went to bed. But despite the issues, Apex is still one of the best battle royales we have, alongside with Warzone, and still to this day has a really big fan base. Woo, that was a lot of games. Now it's time to ask the question, is the hype finally dead? And if I'm being truthfully honest, the hype is still there, but it's nowhere where it used to be way back back when. Let's all be honest, the Battle Royale genre is oversaturated. You have a lot of amazing and a lot of terrible Battle Royale games out there. And honestly, it's just overstimulating. As much as I love Battle Royale games, sometimes I just like to chillax and play something else, like RPGs, MMO, shit, even puzzle games. There is a few Battle Royale games that is coming out this year that I am looking forward to, like Fate Trigger. But yeah, I do hope that we get a lot of new games that's not really focused on Battle Royale and just try to do something differently. I will say though, it is crazy of an era that we went through as gamers. Who would have thought a game like Minecraft would have sparked something so crazy? Like, we all know how big Fortnite was and what it all brought us. Like, let's be completely honest, if it was not for Fortnite, we probably would have had an Apex or a Warzone. In return, we probably wouldn't had the Apex mobile or Warzone mobile. Then again, who gives a fuck about Warzone mobile? I'm just glad I was able to experience all that, and I'm so excited to see what is going to happen within the future of gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm not even gonna hold to you. I do not know how long this video is gonna be, but if you watch this video from start to end, I really do appreciate you. Like I said before, you guys absolutely loved the last video I did. If you want to go ahead and check out, I'll go ahead and leave it here. I think maybe this is a video of me pretty much talking about the fall of mobile FPS games. If you like this type of video, please check out this video right here. And again, please go ahead and like up the video and also subscribe for more content just like this. And also comment down below ideas or anything you learn or anything you want to share. I'm always trying my best to answer the comment, so trust me, I will read your comment. I will try my best to reply. And lastly, thank you so much for Eneba for sponsoring the video. If you want to save money on gift cards and also support the channel even further, check out the link in my description. Trust and believe me, you will not be disappointed. With that being said, I love you guys so much. This is your boy Cyber signing out. Peace, y'all. Have a great rest of your day.